Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj, and today I will be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for UFC Vegas 12, also UFC, it's also known as UFC Fight Night 181, Uriah Hall versus Anderson Silva. I meant to do this last night, but my son had one of his friends stay over. It was just too loud. I couldn't do it, so they're sleeping right now. Doing this. This is for Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. This is for tonight, Saturday, October 31st. If you're new to my show, what I do is I take my favorite sports handicappers and I place them on which side they're taking. So you can, it'll help you determine which way you want to go if you're on the fence for picking sporting events. There are a couple of there are videos for the other fights in here. The only fight I missed was the Kevin Holland fight because it got canceled and then it got refilled by another guy. I just didn't do it. That's the only fight on the card that I did not do a thing for. So, without further ado, let's get into this. I got a ton of cappers on here. I'm gonna try to fit as, if you're a handicapper and I left you out, don't take it personally. I just, I watched a lot of cappers. So let's see what we got going on. I gotta get this done. We have a Halloween thing going on today. I gotta do some work in one of the apartments I own. So here we go. At the co-main event at featherweight, we have Andre Touchy Fili taking on Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell. Okay, Touchy Fili, he comes in with a record of 21-7 as a professional fighter. He is, as of last night, his odds were plus 111, making him the slight underdog against Thug Nasty, Bryce Mitchell. I've seen it 13-1 or 13-0, but Tapology, it's weird. It says 13-1 or 13-0, but it has the 5 fights and there's a loss. So I don't know how they have it at 13-1 here. I got from ESPN, I think. But anyway, we'll just call it 13-1. I know Andre Fili's 9-6 in the UFC, 21-7 overall. Bryce Mitchell 4-0 in the UFC. Okay, and Bryce Mitchell is the favorite at -131. This is a striker versus a grappler. The over-under set at 2.5. I think it's going under. You're paying a little bit more juice at -155. You think it's going to stay under, you get paid out a little better at plus 125. Okay, let's see what these, a ton of cappers, ton of them. Let's see what they have to say. All right, in no particular order, okay? I'm going to go back and forth, probably right down through to here, because I've only got these 2 fights, so let's fill these boards up. Okay, taking Andre Touchy Fili. He, by the way, Touchy Fili is also a rapper, and he's fighting out of California. Alpha Male is his his little training camp team, whatever you want to call it. Bryce Mitchell fighting out of Arkansas. It's not Arkansas, it's pronounced Arkansas. But anyway, because he was in his show, he was like, Bryce Mitchell out of Arkansas. If it's, I don't know, why do they say it's Arkansas when it's spelled Arkansas? I just wondered about that. Maybe Mr. Arkansas can answer that. I have no idea. But anyway, DFS by the numbers is taking Touchy Fili. And he's saying Touchy Fili by decision. He thinks with the striking, standing up, he can outpoint him. Then we have Gabe the Banker. I watched, the Money Right Fight Club. They did their show. They have 3 this week instead of 5, thankfully. But Gabe, he's the host, Gabe Killian. He's also a stand-up comedian. He's kind of funny. Gabe, the banker, is taking Bryce Mitchell. But Smack God from the Money Right Fight Club, he likes Andre Fili. He even likes his rap, I guess. But Smack God, I remember during this breakdown, he brought his kid in, cute kid, and he's like, "Who do you like better, Bryce Mitchell or Andre Fili?" And then he's like, "Well, let me give you his, who has a better nickname, Thug Nasty or Touchy Feely?" And the kid's like, Touchy Feely. So, yeah, I agree with you. Touchy Feely is a better name. It is kind of creepy though, according to Fight Night Picks. But anyway, they're also the third guest on the Money Right Fight Club show was AJ MMA Betting. All these links will be in the description. I urge you to check them out. Okay, AJ MMA. I'm not writing all that again. I'll just put AJ and the $sign. You know what I mean. Speaking of the Fight Night Pick brothers, Matt and Craig, the older brother, Craig, is taking Andre Fili. Fight Night Picks Craig. Craig is, from what I heard in the show, he's 26. His younger brother, Matt, 22 years old. These are Canadians. Matt is taking Bryce Mitchell. Okay? So I like when they split. It makes it interesting. It's not one-sided. So we have Fight Night Pick brothers. Those guys are split, Matt and Craig. Okay. We have the MMA prediction guru taking Andre Fili. He's saying by decision. Okay. Justin Jr. That's right. Watch your show. And Justin Jr. is awesome. Awesome. Because he gets guest cappers on his show. This week, he had my good buddy from UFC Celebrities and Classics, Vlad. Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. He is also, and he's got his own show. I'm going to plug both. So in the description, I'll put Justin Jr.'s, of course. And in the description, I will also, because to be honest with you, I watched Vlad, his UFC Celebrities and Classic picks, prior to watching Justin Jr. But, UFC Celebs and Classics he's saying Bryce Mitchell either by decision or sub. He's got nasty BJJ, good ground, that Arkansas BJJ, good ground game. He might be in the featherweight division. He's probably got the best grappling, so I've heard. But standing up, Fili should outmatch him. That's been said by a lot of these guys. Okay, so back to here we have Just Bleed MMA taking Fili. And Fili, remember, he is the underdog here, which is on this card. It's hard to find good ones. Okay, Just Bleed taking Andre Fili. Back over here. Look at this. Now you gotta get down. Okay. We have Greedo. Greedo plays. Greedo is saying he's going out and saying first round submission. First round sub. Greedo plays. Welcome. How you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of Greedo's Plays. And he does a lot of that hyperventilating talk when he does his thing. And next we have Andre Fili and taking on Bryce Mitchell. Like he runs out of air, but it's awesome. Greedo Plays. Don't change a thing, brother. I love your show. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Jumping back over here, we have MMA Lock of the Night. Lock is taking Fili by decision. Okay. eBay's fight predictions. eBay's is also taking Andre Fili. King of Crackdowns. KFC is saying Bryce Mitchell by decision. We'll do a couple more. Why not? Still got a little bit of room. Brandon K. is taking Andre Fili. Oh, Brandon is saying by TKO. TKO. And finally, Leighton. Of course, I'm not going to forget you, bud. I've been using you every show of this. I think I didn't use you last. I think maybe. I don't know. I may have used you every single show I've done for Kappa Comparison Picks. But UFC Gambling Addicts, his name is Leighton. He is British. He is also taking Andre Fili by decision. So, that's enough. I don't need to put down fortune teller, MMA guru, Will Martin. There's a ton of other cappers too, but like I said, these are the ones I wrote in last night when I was making the sheet. So these are the ones I'm going to keep. On my research paper, though, I do have a ton more. You know, I've got Clint, James Lynch, MMA fortune teller, MMA guru, Will Martin. Like I said, I got a ton of them, but these are the ones I'm using for this show. So there you have it. We've got the majority of the cappers going for Andre Touchy Fili. Now, this is going to be, once you go in the description and watch these guys' links and subscribe to their channels, go ahead, do it. You'll notice that what I'm saying is going to be repeated several times if you watch a lot of these cappers. If it stays on the feet, Andre Fili, he's the striker, better at striking. Mitchell has these, he's got like this odd style of striking, and he's more reliant on his, I watched some of his fights, even though my time is very limited. I watched the Bryce Mitchell fights, and he likes a lot of kicks when he's standing up, but you know what? Andre Fili, he does kicks too. So anyway, if it stays standing up, it's Andre Fili's. But if it goes to the ground, that's when, like I said, Bryce Mitchell is debatably the best featherweight grappler in the division. Best grappler in the featherweight division. So, however, Brandon K, Fili can wrestle. He does have some wrestling background too. So I don't know. It's going to be tight. I'm hoping. I'm going to go with the underdog here. You know me. Plus money, baby. Plus money. Plus money. Plus money. Can't say it enough. I'm taking Andre Touchy Fili, and I think it's going to happen. Decision. Look, we have a decision. One TKO. These guys didn't say. If it is a TKO, I don't think it's going to go TKO. I think it's going to go to decision. I think it's going to outpoint him. However, if it goes to the ground, could be Mitchell's submission, or he could just get a lot of ground. But I noticed Touchy Fili, he's good at getting up off the ground too. So he will get taken down. Hopefully he defends any submissions. Because Bryce Mitchell he's a grappler, but it's more of he's always hunting for submissions. It's not like a point like wrestling, like takedown and control time. When Bryce Mitchell takes you down, he's thinking of how he can make you submit. He's looking for heels, he's looking for arms, he's looking for necks. You know what I mean? He's looking for those manipulation spots so he can get that submission. That's what I noticed in the very limited fights that I did watch But anyway, I'm taking Andre Fili to win this co-main event by decision. Finally, we've got the main event. We have Uriah, prime time. Uriah Hall at 16-9. Pretty heavy favorite at -230, taking on Anderson Silva. Anderson the Spider Silva is a legend in MMA. Everybody knows his name. He's one of the greatest of all time, regardless of what you think. In the middleweight division, he may be the best fighter in the middleweight ever. So, yeah, everybody knows about Anderson Silva. Everybody does. He is 34-10, one no contest. He is 46 years old though. This is the problem. He is way out of his prime. 46. Uriah Hall, he is just out of his prime at 36. Like some people say he's still there, but arguably some people are also saying Uriah Hall has passed his prime too. His prime was 3 years ago. They're saying 33, 32, 33. Then once you get 34, 35, you're starting getting over that hill. I don't know. That's what. So, but Silva, he's 40. He's been out of his prime for a long time. He's been out of his prime for a good 10 years. He hasn't won a fight since, and that at his last fight he won, it might have. Some people are saying he shouldn't have won that fight. Was it Barboza? Anyway, Anderson Silva hasn't won a fight in years, so he's definitely been on a downward skid. All right, but okay, Uriah Hall. Let's go. 16-9, 8-7 in the UFC. Okay, Anderson Silva, 34-10 and one no contest, 17-6 in the UFC. Now let's take a look at those. Well, we have space. Look, in the UFC, 8-7 for Uriah Hall, 17-6. Now let's look at not their regular fighting records. Just look at their UFC records. Anderson Silva, 17-6 in the UFC. Okay, Uriah Hall, 8-7. I mean, 17-6. Just keep that in mind. All right, Just saying. There's a lot of hype on Uriah Hall, but guys, I mean, Anderson Silva's a legend. I'm gonna tell you, before even watching any of the handicappers, in my head, I'm like, Uriah Hall's gonna destroy him. This is an easy pick. I mean, Silva, and you know what? He's not that old. I'm sorry. He's actually 45. I am 46. Range is 46. So I've been there, and I've been there too. 1 year ago. I'm 46, so I know there is definitely changes and physical differences between 46 and 36 Yeah, I'm out of my prime too, but you know what? I still think I have it. Not that I should use it, but I do have it. It's like there's skills, knowledge that doesn't go away. It's like riding a bike. And plus, if you've been training, you're sharpening those skills daily, and they're like reflexes now. They're not skills. They're happen. You don't think about it. They just happen like boom. You know, they're reflexes. They're not. It's hard to explain, but once you've been doing it for 40 or however 30 years or whenever he started in Brazil. He's Brazilian. He probably started when he was 8 or something, or let's call it 5. He started when he was 5, so he's been doing this for 40 years, like fighting and whatever. So, all right, let's get to what these handicappers have to say. Now, you know it's going to be overwhelmingly Uriah Hall, because he's the -230 favorite, and he is 9 years younger. Keep that in mind. So, taking prime time, we have all the Money Right crew. what's it called? The Monday Night Fight Club. All of them. Gabe. Smack God. And AJ MMA betting. I'm not writing it all. All those guys from Monday Night Fight Club are all on Uriah Hall. Then DFS by the numbers. He's saying 4th round KO. But you know what? Because he was saying like 45, Silva's gonna 4th round. He's gonna be so gassed. But you know what? Uriah Hall doesn't have the best gas tank. It's not like Uriah Hall is I think people have put him on this pedestal that isn't as high as the pedestal Silva's been at already. Silva has stepped down from that top tier competition. Man, my morning vocabulary is. I'm still getting sleep out of my eyes, but I think they're putting him higher than he really is. Be 8-7 UFC, 8-7. That's barely a winning record, barely over 500. Anyway, we'll keep going. DFS by the numbers. Both the boys from Fight Night Picks, Matt and Craig, are taking Uriah Hall. KFC, King of Crackdowns, he's saying Uriah Hall by decision. Then we've got Prediction Guru, MMA Prediction Guru. Look at all these MFers. All these MFers taking Uriah Hall by decision. So this should rightfully already be a full capper consensus. But it is not, because there are 4 cappers taking Silva. I'm going to save them for last. I'm going to go right through because everybody else is taking Uriah Hall. So I'm just going to go rock down this list and then I'll jump over here. Just Bleed, MMA. Did he say how? No, he did not. But he's taking Uriah Hall to get this win. Lock of the Night is saying by decision. Okay. Once again, all these reasoning, age. All these guys are simply taking Uriah Hall simply because of age. Well, I don't know. I guess. Fight Night Picks was saying Uriah Hall can do everything that Anderson Silva can, but at a younger age. I don't know if I agree with that completely. Yeah, he can do everything, but can he do it as well? There's differences. Silva's better on the ground. I'm better at submissions. I'm confident with that. Uriah Hall's fighting out of Jamaica, or actually now he's fighting out of Fortis MMA in Texas, but he's Jamaican. Silva, where's he fighting at? I don't know. He's Brazilian. I'm sure he's fighting out of Brazil. I don't really know. I didn't get that deep into him. Anyway, let's keep going. eBay's fight predictions. eBay's is taking Uriah Hall 3rd round TKO. 3rd TKO. A finish in the 3rd round. Then, to wrap this up, Justin Jr. is taking Uriah Hall. These young guys, they don't know. He's taking Uriah Hall, a TKO in round 2. All right. Now, let's see who's taking the legendary Anderson Spider Silva. Okay. Vlad, from Justin Jr.'s show and on his own show, he UFC Celebrities and Classics, CNC. He likes the Silva's combination. He said back when he grew up watching Silva, because that's, Silva's been around. And Vlad was like, yeah, I grew up on Anderson Silva, and he's my first love for southpaw. Not to be too emotional, but my first southpaw fighter I truly love to watch, because Vlad is a Taekwondo black belt and strength and cardio coach, and he's like a coach, trainer, referee. He's all into athletics, especially mixed martial arts, with an emphasis on striking, Taekwondo. But he was saying how Silva was the first person he saw to combine the Muay Thai clinches and Taekwondo striking, and with his dominant submission ground game. So, yeah, he doesn't care about the age. He's got Anderson Silva. I'm going to write these bigger. There's only 4 of them. He's got Anderson Silva. Vlad from UFC Celebrities and Classics. Yeah, you like that. Also taking Anderson Silva, Brandon K by decision. Brandon was very influential on shifting my pick after watching. Yeah, all these links are in the description. He was, because like I said, coming into this, I was all about Uriah Hall. I'm like, you're right. Look at their bodies. Uriah Hall, he's chiseled. And the fight night, like Matt and Craig are probably right. He can probably do every single thing just as well as Anderson Silva, but 29 years younger. I don't agree with that. I think he can do things well, but not just as well. And yeah, he is 9 years younger. There's no arguing that. But has Silva really lost it? I watched some of his old fights. You know what? Watch Greedo Plays. Watch Greedo Plays show during his breakdown. Like I said, in the background, he does like a little video snippets of the fighter he's talking about. When he does Anderson Silva, it is great. He shows the like clips of the fight from Chael Sonnen, shows the fight against all these they're all, of course, older fights when he was in his prime, but still they're awesome to watch. That sneaky, quick, straight jab. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah. Greedo is saying by 3rd round TKO. I'll put it over here. Third round knockout for the Spider. Love it. And finally, UFC Gambling Addicts. My boy Leighton, he is saying by decision. And there you go. There you have it. We've got 4 guys siding with the legendary Anderson. So on his retirement fight, his fight on his way out, if you're only going to watch a couple of these handicappers, their links in the descriptions, watch these 4, and you will also be changed. I was flipped right after watching them. Like, they all make valid, good arguments for Anderson Silva at that plus 195. And me being an old guy myself, I'm not an ageist. I do know there is a stark differences between 36 and 45. You can't deny that. But I'm going with old bones here. Going with the old guy. I'm going with Anderson Silva at that plus 195. And I think it's gonna I think it's gonna go to like a lot of these guys think it's gonna be a violent knockout for Uriah Hall. Silva, he's too elusive. He might be old, so what? He's still, you know, I don't like getting punched in the face, but I'll grapple. I was in Grappler's Quest back in New Jersey and in the early 2000s. I competed in that crap. I'll grapple right today. Somebody, I don't bring him. I'll get my gi on, gi or no gi. I'll have a BJJ match, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right today, right now. I will. I'm 46. I'll go against some. Matter of fact, that reminds me. When I was listen to this, when I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like training and all that, and doing Grappler Quest. Grappler Quest was like this Jiu-Jitsu tournament in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Just pretty much New Jersey, maybe Pennsylvania, because it was like the northeast region of the United States. But Grappler's Quest, I don't think it's around anymore. But in 2003, 2002, 2003, around then, I was doing all these little Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, and they have the classes by age. Well, they have the weight classes then, and I was in my 30s, so I was in the executive class. That was 30 to 45 or something. Same class. However, then after 45, I think it was called the Masters class. And it doesn't matter what belt you were. If you're 46, you're in the Masters class. White belt, doesn't matter. And that's how they put in the tournament brackets. Like my tournament bracket would be, it was like 200-pound blue belt executive class. So yeah, my competition, there wasn't a ton. There's, I think, the one I went to in Wayne, New Jersey, that was like the main. I trained real hard. Everything. I got third place. But there's in my tournament bracket, or in my, there's, I think, some nine fighters. So I got third out of 9 people. But whatever. So what? I still did it. Anyway, back to that. The Grappler's Quest, they had like these special fights, like they're promoting their event, and they had, big name BJJ guys. But I remember this one at the Wayne, New Jersey 2003 Grappler's Quest tournament. They had the fight of the ages or something, and they had like this 22-year-old black belt kid going against a 62-year-old black belt man from like Ricardo Almeida or something. I don't know. But I don't know which gyms each guy was from, but they had this the most boring BJJ, the most boring Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu match between the 22-year-old kid and the 62-year-old man. And at the end of it, the old man won by points, but there was spots where he almost submitted the kid, but the kid was just he was just too durable. He just wouldn't give up. His face was red. I remember a couple times, and because I watched that fight, it was boring for the most part. They were just like, rolling around on the wrestling, just like trying to get top position and trying to get advantages throughout. But the kid didn't submit because his youth, but the old guy did get it on him. The old guy had him in certain submission locks. He just couldn't finish it within the time period. But the old guy still won by decision, and that's what's going to happen here. The old guy's going to win by decision. He's going to go out his last fight in the UFC. Hopefully it is at 45. I don't want to see, but he's going to win it, and he's going to do it by points, by the judges' scorecard, by decision. And that's there you have it. So to recap, time check. I've got Andre Touchy Fili. Check out his rap. Beating Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell. I got him winning by decision. That's underdog bet. Then here I'm passing on the gambling part of it. I might sprinkle a little bit, but for the most part, I'm not putting in parlays. I already made parlays with Uriah Hall. Like I told you, I was all about Uriah Hall until I watched these guys. I'm not sure exactly which one. Greedo. I should have wrote his name bigger, but he's in a block. Greedo was watching. Greedo plays you, bud. Watching you and Leighton, Brandon, Vlad, but Greedo. Yours is the one watching that. I'm like, you are right, my friend. How can you go against the legendary Anderson Silva in his last fight in the UFC against a, upper level Uriah Hall, but not a dominant 8-7. 8-7. Not a dominant Uriah Hall. Look at overall. He's only one more loss, and he has just as many losses as Anderson Silva. So, yeah, for those reasons. Oh, good morning, sunshine. Did I wake you up? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk so loud. I know it's early. What? Nuh-uh. Good. How was your sleep? Great. You guys stay up all night? Huh? Yeah? All right. Anyway, so there you have it. Gather the information. Place those bets and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to give me that thumbs up. Feel free to comment in there about old people, geriatrics, whatever. I don't care. Just put the comments in. Hit the bell. I'm doing some more NFL videos tonight after. I got a full day of work to do. Thankfully, it's only like 6:30 in the morning. Yep. So there you have it. I appreciate it. Good luck on these bets. Be sure to check out all the handicappers. Subscribe to their channels. They wouldn't make it on my show if they were just crap like flip coin type guys. But all their decisions are backed by good reasoning. And yeah, pick your favorite capper, go with him, fade others, however you want to do it. That's what the show is about, all right? So, thanks for watching. Good luck on these bets. I'll see you next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.